Yo, 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 it's your boy Zer Jr. Losing all brain cells possible in Warframe. You know, the fucking usual. Okay? So, look, top four things you should know in Warframe that will definitely help you. Okay, so today I will be sharing some information that's very important to never forget in Warframe when it comes to buying and selling rivens. Number one, never be afraid to ask your price and never be afraid to negotiate when buying or selling. I've seen people get nervous or don't know how to react when it's their first time getting a couple hundred or thousands of plat on a riven when trading. So be focused and stay sharp. No reason to shit bricks. Okay, guys, and there's no reason to shit bricks, bro. This is normal. I know it's your first time or second time, but usually you'll just get, you get used to it. So just take it easy and you'll be alright. You know what I mean? So yeah. Number two, when selling rivens, usually 80% of the time, people value and want 3 stat negative rivens nowadays, especially on cross trade. I do have a list on my Discord of stats that you should focus on, but if you want as well, watch my other videos in order in the description or in the comments below to better help you understand the best stats for selling and buying in terms of stats for rivens, for positives. Number 3, if you plan on buying a decent or good riven with 2 stats or 3 stats with a negative, and by the way, a negative means it increases the value and the stats get boosted on the riven for the positive stats. Depending on the negative, it's either acceptable or harmless. If you don't have between 100 plat or 1,000 plat plus, okay, depending on what you want or what you're looking for, please stay away from rivens and save platinum because anything 100 plat or less will be trash 75% of the time. If you get something cheap, that's good, you're lucky. Remember, this is cross trade. So, yeah. Number 4, a big misunderstanding about unrolled rivens that I deal with when selling. Did you know that an unrolled riven will never always be considered trash? There are actual rivens out there that you get or people sell that have 2 or 3 good stats with a negative. Only difference is that it's unrolled. You don't see rivens like this always, but they usually pop up here and there, so not always, but here and there would pop up. Now, the issue I'm dealing with is that when I link these rivens to buyers when they ask for a decent or good riven for that specific weapon, just because my riven is unrolled, they think it has the value of a trash riven because it's unrolled, or people are just confused, which I will get perfect examples today, my fellow sexy viewers. Okay, bro? So here we go. So here are the typical rolled rivens. Okay, as you can see on the right here, there's 22 rows. On this Cerberus, go to Vesper. This one has 14, right? Let's go to this Torrid, 174 rolls, right? Some examples, the usual rivens you see in trade chat that are rolled, right? So Doorclave 12, you know what I'm saying? You get the drift, right? So 27. But here are the differences of unrolled rivens that are actually good, but it has 0 rolls, right? So here is how they look and some examples, okay? So here's a Serata. As you can see on the left part, okay, so the left and right part in between the mastery, there's a black, I'd say black bracket. I'm just gonna call it a black bracket. Okay, I don't know what to call it, but this empty space, you see how there's no numbers on the right side, there's no rows or nothing. That means this is unrolled. It has 3 good stats with a negative, which is minus damage to infested, but it's pretty harmless because infested is shit, they're weak. But yeah, this is an example. So we got the Serata, um, we got this Burstin, plus weapon recoil, 3 stats with a negative. There's no rolls on it, 0. Okay. We go to Broken War, same thing, 3 stats, minus damage to infested, unrolled, 3 nice stats, to use. Nothing crazy, but it's nice. We got Fullman, negative ammo max, harmless for the weapon. 3 stats, multi-shot, heat, crit damage, right? And we could just keep going. We got the Halikar, 3 stats, unrolled, minus puncture. I'll get to that now if you don't know about minus puncture. So Supra, 3 stats, minus corpus, right? This is just some examples. So not the best rivens, but examples, So take a look at them closely. And next time you get a riven like this, or if you're planning on buying a riven and someone links you something like this, keep in mind, right, that just because it's unrolled, it doesn't have the value of a trash riven. Just remember that. If you see something like this, it's not trash. The only difference is that it's unrolled. Some people may ask for a bit more based on what the usual rolled riven would be worth, or some people would price it the same value of a rolled riven, even if it is unrolled. That depends on the person. But me personally, I'll just put the same price as a rolled riven, unless it's something super crazy. But it all depends on the buyer and seller. So here are some examples. Now, when it comes to Halikar, with the minus puncture and minus impact, if you don't know about that, basically you can remove the whole stat that most people don't care about nowadays. So basically, the last stat or some stat that you remove completely on a weapon, it's just better. It's beneficial because you can proc more status effects based on what you want on your build. So you're changing the whole aspect of the weapon in terms of its stats. So in gameplay, if you don't care about puncture or impact, it's way better. You see what I'm saying? So this puncture that you see right here, well, I can't really move the mouse in the game or whatever, but where it says puncture, just imagine that the puncture does not exist. The only thing it would be, it was just impact and slash and whatever else you put on your build. See what I'm saying? So yeah. And here's the funny part. We got a pennant riven. I'm gonna showcase this build as well as an example, just for funsies. And before the video ends. So this one's kind of short compared to the other ones. But yeah, this is a Pennant build, right? I bought this riven for funsies, right? Harmless negative. And here's the funny part, it's unrolled. That's the thing, it's unrolled. So just because a riven is unrolled and it looks like this, just remember, it's never always gonna be considered fucking trash. So just saying, if you're a buyer, okay, or whatever the case is, when you see a riven like this, just don't always assume that it will always be trash. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? There's some people out here that are just either trolling or uneducated, whatever the case is. No hate, but I'm here to help you and educate you guys for cross trade. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're all forcing cross trade, so there's nothing you can do. We're all here together, baby. So yeah, main blast damage build, electricity, blast, melee influence. If you want to try this build, go ahead. You don't need a riven. If you don't have a riven, just slap on attack speed or whatever else you want and you're Gucci. So yeah, we're gonna go in here, use the Pennant for fun, just to showcase it with the riven, quote unquote unrolled trash riven. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly to these people in trade chat. So yeah, I'm gonna use this quote unquote unrolled trash valued 100 plat or 10 plat riven supposedly, just because it's unrolled. But it has 3 stats there that are really good. But remember, guys, it's trash to these dudes, right? Hopefully with this video, if it gets some traction, people can learn something. And maybe this can stop happening, hopefully. So here we go. Let's use the Pennant. Boom, bada, boom. It's not the best weapon in the world, but it's fun to use, so... But yeah, here you go, bro. This is the Pennant in action with the riven. It has 3 stats, it's pretty good. Attack speed, electricity, and, damage. Flat damage. Nothing crazy, but it's a usable riven. And I'm just here killing. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, let me know. I just wanted to showcase this as an example with the quote-unquote trash riven. That's 100 plat or less, but it's not. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, sub. If you have any questions, let me know. Anything specific or anything else that you want to see in the future, just let me know. Boom, bada boom. Take care.